Are you one of the roughly 50% of Canadians that don't have a will? Let's change that. Andrew Tomilson joins us on today's coffee break to discuss. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Sybil.
So, Andrew, what is really involved in making a will? Is it a complicated process or is it easy?
It's easy if you think, when you think about it. There's two steps involved in the creation of a will. The first step is harder. It's where you have to plan out what you want to happen after you die. You have to choose who you want to appoint as your executor. That's going to be the person who carries out your wishes. And then you have to identify who you want to be a beneficiary in your will and what portion or what kind of property you want to give to that person. If you have children who have not reached the age of majority, or if you have a spouse or a disabled person or someone else who depends on you, you also have to make a plan about what's going to happen to those people as well.
So there's a lot of planning that goes into the formation of a will. Maybe that's why so many Canadians don't have it. Maybe they just don't want to think about dying and what happens when they're no longer here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it easy on the beneficiaries, and it's not a good experience for anyone.
No, no.
So you mentioned, so that's the first step, is to really do the planning element. What's the second component of preparing a will?
Well, the second step is much easier. The second step, you have to translate what you want to do into a document that meets the legal requirements for a will in your jurisdiction.
And that's important. And that's where a legal professional comes in handy. Is it expensive to get a will drafted?
Expensive is relative, but if you're interested in hiring a lawyer or other professionals to help you with the will, I recommend calling around and asking if they offer a flat fee or if they charge by the hour and how much they charge. Some lawyers will give a free consultation, uh, and then they'll be in a better position to tell you what it's going to cost after the consultation. It's,
Oh, great.
yeah.
And then would it be in the neighborhood of, are we talking $500 or $5,000 to get a will done?
For most people in Canada, it'll probably cost about $500 to $1,000. Some people with complicated estate planning it'll be more expensive.
Okay, so if for the people who think they don't want to spend the money, is there a cheaper alternative? And what are the pros and cons of that?
Well, you can buy a do-it-yourself wills kit from a store and plug in the information that the wills kit asks you. The risk is the will might not be expressing your intentions as clearly as you think it is.
Oh, and that could create all kinds of complications later.
You might
So be careful.
save a lot of money making the will with the do-it-yourself kit, but you or your estate or your beneficiaries might be paying for it in the long run.
Great. So what is your one tip you have for our viewers today to get started on getting a will done?
In order to get ready for making your will, I recommend making a list of the people involved in your estate. That'll be your executor and any beneficiaries, any spouse you have, and any children or stepchildren that you want to name in the will. You should also make a list of all of your assets, such as your real estate, your motor vehicles, your bank accounts, and any investments you have, and a list of your liabilities, such as a mortgage, your credit cards, any car loan that you have that will need to be paid after you pass away.
Good. So that really will kickstart the beginning of the planning step, which is an important step. And viewers, for those of you that want some help in getting started, go to thewealthylife.com and you'll find our will planning guide located in our resource section. Andrew, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
And that's our coffee break. See you next time.